Max Verstappen won the war against McLaren's Lando Norris to earn his fourth Formula One title. Yet even with the Dutchman clinching the championship in Las Vegas, the team admits it is not confident about next season. If they don't get it together, it could open the door for Verstappen to leave, a move highly endorsed by the British media. Let's talk about it. McLaren mounted a strong campaign after the summer break and gave Red Bull a hard time, but the Milton Keynes team tackled lingering issues with their RB20, unlocking the pace needed to regain the upper hand in recent races. Max Verstappen's masterful display in the rain-soaked Brazilian Grand Prix set the stage for his title triumph in Las Vegas last weekend, even though he finished behind Mercedes and Ferrari in the race. Despite defying its own doubts to secure the Drivers' Championship this year, Red Bull is sounding less optimistic about its chances for 2025. The team's strong start to the season was a key factor in its success, leaving technical director Pierre Wash cautious about the future. When asked if the improvements to the RB20 had boosted Red Bull's confidence for next year, Wash's response rings alarm bells for the Red Bull hopeful. "I think we are happy with what we have done quickly. I'm not confident for 2025. I'm not confident because I think the others are very quick or are there. It will be a fight for the full year." The lack of confidence may sound concerning on a surface level, but Wacha sees his pessimistic mindset as a potential advantage, believing it will push the team to dig deeper and uncover new potential in the development of the RB21. "If you have confidence in this business, you are dead," he said. "You have to work hard, and everybody has to, in the team, work hard. Everybody's working hard. When you see the number of people we have trying to find a very small amount of performance and add everywhere, it is a very difficult task. I have a lack of confidence because if I have confidence, you go to sleep, you don't go to work, and then you don't find performance." Watcher hinted that Red Bull's dominance in recent seasons came as a bit of a surprise, admitting the team had expected much tighter competition. According to him, Red Bull never felt it had unlocked anything extraordinary with its car, despite its commanding performances. "What happened this year in terms of fighting is what we expected in 2023, to be honest," he said. "In 2022, we didn't start the season with the quickest car as Ferrari's start was strong. So then we expected the fight in 2023, but it didn't happen. And in 2024, from the beginning of the season, it also didn't happen. That I cannot explain. It's not like if we did a better job. This was more the others did a bad job during certain periods. McLaren started late on this season, and it's not our fault. The car was not massively different. In absolute terms, it stays the same, but we have to improve the performance of the car because the others are quicker." Red Bull's season hit a rough patch in the middle, as McLaren capitalised on a performance edge to ramp up the pressure. But Pierre Wash believes the team's turning point came during its toughest moment. That pivotal moment occurred at the Italian Grand Prix, where struggles in low downforce conditions provided crucial insights. The team used this setback to diagnose and address underlying issues with the RB20, paving the way for its resurgence. "I think clearly Monza was a key point and a wake-up point on our side," he said. "It highlighted some issue on the car that we didn't see before, or we saw, but we suspected and guessed. What is impressive is more how the team reacted to fix or to help this problem and to reduce it. And in Austin already, we brought something. And I think even Max said that the car came together better." Watcher believes Red Bull must improve its versatility, aiming to develop a car that excels across a broader range of circuits. When asked about the team's primary goal for 2025, he outlined a clear focus on expanding the RB21's performance envelope. Clearly, to have a decent car in multiple types of track. "I think on this type of track, like in Vegas, we are not nice, so improving the low-speed corners and straight-line speed is one of our goals." Now, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner says that it's Red Bull's responsibility to secure Max Verstappen's loyalty, following the Dutchman's rise to F1 legend status. Verstappen faced one of his toughest challenges yet in sealing the Drivers' Championship with the occasionally uncompetitive RB20. Throughout 2024, speculation about Verstappen's future at Red Bull has grown, fueled in part by comments from the driver himself amid the team's struggles. Although contracted until 2028, Verstappen might be tempted to explore opportunities elsewhere if Red Bull fails to reclaim its dominance at the top of Formula One. Addressing the speculation, Horner told Select Media that, "I think the relationship that Max has with the team, you can see there's a great amount of trust there. It's down to us to deliver, and I'm sure that we'll provide him a car that he can fight again for the championship next year. I've got no doubt about that. I don't think it's going to be easy, but it won't be easy for any of the teams. And I think there's a lot of lessons that we've taken out of this year." A staggering 10-race winless streak during the summer and autumn left both Red Bull and Verstappen anxious about the possibility of his fourth consecutive Drivers' Championship slipping away. With only 1 year left under the current regulations in 2025, Red Bull faces a critical off-season to resolve its performance woes. The stakes are even higher as the team prepares to debut its in-house power unit program in 2026. We don't know what the others are doing for next year, said Horner. And with stable regs, you can see how the cars have converged. It's great for the sport that there's so much competition. I've got a few more grey hairs this year. But I think next year will be a thriller. I think that we've got the best driver in our car, and I think we've got the best team as well. So we'll work very hard over the winter to improve on the weaknesses of our RB20. Despite dominating in 2022 and 2023 and continuing to impress in 2024, Max Verstappen has often found himself on the receiving end of criticism from the British media, particularly for his driving style. After his victory in Las Vegas, the British press once again weighed in with their own brand of advice. Verstappen will only be regarded as an F1 legend if he leaves Red Bull. With his fourth world title, Verstappen now joins the ranks of F1 greats, levelling up with Alain Prost and Sebastian Vettel. Prost secured his titles between 1985 and 1993. While Vettel won his 4 consecutive titles from 2010 to 2013. This achievement officially moves Verstappen ahead of the likes of 3-time champions Jack Brabham, Jackie Stewart, Niki Lauda, Ayrton Senna, and even his girlfriend's father, Nelson Piquet. In reaching 4 consecutive titles, Verstappen enters an exclusive club. Only 4 other drivers in F1 history have matched this feat: Lewis Hamilton from 2017 to 2020, Vettel from 2010 to 2013, and Juan Manuel Fangio from 1954 to 1957. Michael Schumacher remains the only driver to secure 5 titles in a row, from 2000 to 2004. But the Telegraph seems unconvinced about Verstappen's legendary status just yet. Their headline adds a controversial stipulation before they see the Dutchman as an all-time great. It reads, "Max Verstappen must leave Red Bull to become a Formula One legend." To add context to the headline, they went on to say, "Teams sponsored by an energy drink do not stir the same emotions as Ferrari and Mercedes. Does he dare forsake the carefully curated Red Bull brand for some true F1 heritage? If he hopes to cement his legend for posterity, he needs to make the leap sooner rather than later." Red Bull Racing is now only 5 Constructors' Championships behind the most successful teams in F1 history. With 6 titles, Lotus is within reach, while Mercedes and McLaren are just 2 ahead. Red Bull, which only entered F1 in 2005, is already on par with teams that have been around for decades, such as McLaren, which has competed since 1966. Not all British media were quick to shut him out, though. While the Daily Mail acknowledges that Verstappen has become a pantomime villain in the UK, they also recognise his undeniable skill and success, emphasising that he's a driver who can't be overlooked or dismissed. Verstappen is the opposite of an idiot. He is highly intelligent, and a strand of his advanced thought process is a clear-headedness that banishes all self-doubt in his professional life. Visor down or in moments of quiet between races, he does not confuse himself with recriminations or soul-searching. He sees the fastest line at every turn. He may be cast as a pantomime villain in Britain for his controversial beating of Hamilton in Abu Dhabi in 2021, but there is no doubting his ability to get more out of his Red Bull than any other driver conceivably could. That was highlighted by his teammate Sergio Perez finishing 10th. Is Max Verstappen a legend in your eyes? If not, what else does he need to do to prove himself to you? Tell us in the comments section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.